So we're going to continue with our learning about Gmail, and this time we're going to get to some features that many of you may not have used at all. Last time was kind of the basics of using Gmail, and you're like, yeah, we've done most of that, Mr. Brooks, but this is probably some things that you haven't done a lot in Gmail, but are very, very useful and helpful. So we're going to kind of continue with the same assignment we did last time, which is we're going to go into Gmail, and I'm going to compose a new Gmail, and again, I'm going to send it to Fake Kid. So that's my 2. And we once again will CC it to T Brooks that way. Okay, so make sure you've typed those in. And then in our subject line, again, we're going to put in your section. Now, this is the major mistake people did last time, is they put in 6C, which wasn't their section. Okay, that was just an example. So put in whatever it is, 7A, 5B, 8, whatever, 8A. Okay, I'm going to put in 9G because that's not a section. Hopefully we all know that. And then I'm going to put in my first and last name as another fake kid at my school. Tons of them running around here apparently. Okay, so so again, this is your section, your first and last name, and then we're going to just call this one homework 2. Okay, so that's a little different from last time. Just add 2 after it. All right, and then same as we did before, we're going to welcome. Hi, fake kid. Welcome to our school. Okay, so get that all typed in there. Okay, and now we're going to go back and learn a few more things about what we can do with Gmail. So there are some features that you guys are probably used to, but just not used to doing it in Gmail, and that is a lot of formatting stuff with text. Okay, so if you might have a format bar that already shows up, but if not, we're going to click the capitalized underline A in here. Okay, this right here. And that gives us our formatting options. We think maybe that's like the underline tool, but it actually pops up a box that gives us a lot of different format options, okay? And things that you guys are pretty used to. So this is my text type, right? So I can choose a number of different types that I can put in there. Not as many as you are used to, like in Google Docs, there's like thousands of them. This has a more limited selection, but there's some different ones we can put in there. This is our text size tool. Again, you can't specifically say I want 10 point or 12 point or whatever. You can just say I want it small, normal, large, or huge text, okay? We do have our bold, italic, and underline that we're used to, and then our color tool that we can change different text to different colors, okay? So those are there. Our alignment tool over here, so do I want it right, or left, right, and center aligned, okay? And then there is the numbered list tool. So we're going to kind of play around with those in the homework assignment. I think most of you guys are pretty used to using those kinds of tools in other Google types of things, Google Docs in particular, slides, things like that. So just know that those tools are all available in there, okay? Just a quick note that sometimes those format changes that we do in Gmail may not appear exactly precisely the same way in somebody else's mail system, whether it's an AOL or Yahoo or something like that, MSN mail. So, you don't want to like get too crazy with it, but it is a good way to be able to change some of those text things, okay? Also, one other really cool thing, so if you are not a great typist, right down here at the bottom, get here, there is a microphone tool. So I can click on the microphone tool, and we're going to add to this, and we're going to tell our fake kid some things about you. And so I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to say, whoops, got to allow it. And I'm going to say, hey, fake kid, just wanted to tell you a few things about myself, period. During the summer, I drove a dump truck, period. I go to Menards at least twice a week, period. And I have a grandson in Texas, okay? And then I'll click that off. So you can see that microphone did a really good job of doing speech to text, okay? So for those of you that are not great typists, this is a great way to be able to get some stuff down really quickly on it. Now, that doesn't mean I should make my emails like 50 pages long, so don't abuse that power, but it is a great tool for adding stuff into our body if you're not like a great typist, okay? We're going to So I want you to go ahead and take a second and put in 3 things about yourself that you might want to tell the fake kid. Okay, so what are some things that you like doing, hobbies, things that you think they should know about the school, who your friends are, I don't know, whatever. Just 3 things about yourself. And if you want to use the microphone tool to do it, it's a great way to practice with that. Okay, so go ahead and do that. I'll give you a second. So the next thing we want to learn about in Gmail is attaching files. So if you look down here at the bottom, I've got a few symbols over here. I've got an attach file symbol, the paperclip. When I use this attach file tool, it's going to put whatever file I add to it at the bottom of the email. Okay, so let's say I want to go in and I'm going to grab, I don't know, what am I going to grab here? I'm going to do this this file here, okay? And you can see that this file comes up, and this little bar usually will start to add in and say that it's got in there. Okay, so this is just a basic Gmail doc, or doc, Google Doc on here, and I can attach this to the bottom. So that's one way that I can add files, except for it failed, so I'd have to retry that. But I don't even really want to do it that way. So, but that's the attachment tool that we're kind of used to. All right. These other tools, however, are tools that we can use that will put things into the middle of this, okay? So let's say that I wanted to, I had a friend that's like, hey, where is that new Destiny Discover website, right? I need to find a book, and I can't find that website, so I'm going to type in, well, this is Destiny Discover, and I'm going to go up here, and here is that website, and I'm going to copy the URL, the address for it. I come back in here and I can highlight this, and just like I usually do my tools, okay, my text display is Destiny Discover, URL goes in here, and I'm gonna say okay. And so now I can tell the fake kid, hey, go to Destiny Discover to find books. Go to Destiny Discover. All right. So there's the fake kid, give him a little helpful information, right? And if I click on it, there's got that link to it, okay? So that's my link tool. Of course, we've got our emoji tool. So we've got all kinds of fun emojis we can find in there. So we can, say cool guy emoji, whatever it is. So we love emojis in there, okay? Then the next thing is that we can insert files directly from Google Drive, okay? And then we're going to insert photos. So I want you guys to use the insert photo tool, all right? So this is the one for homework I really want you to do. You're going to click insert photo and find a photo of anything that you've got, or you can take another photo and get it into your Google Drive, whatever. Just pick any picture. I'm going to pick this one. And then I can decide that do I want that as an attachment or inline? So an attachment's going to put it down on the bottom, but in this case, I want to click and make sure I'm going to do it inline. I want it inline in my text, and I'm going to click Insert and shrink it down just a little bit. Okay, so this is the photo that I put in here. Okay. And so now we're going to go back and just use a bunch of those features we talked about, okay? So, hey, I said, whoops, this is kind of, I'm going to fix this because when I said it, it didn't hear me exactly right. So I'm going to say, hey, fake kid. Just wanted to tell you a few things about myself, and then I'm going to use the number tool to tell them 3 things about me. During the summer, I drove a dump truck, okay? So there I am driving the dump truck. I can... there, all right, and then number 2, I go to Menards, and number 3, I have a grandson in Texas, okay? All right. And then I want to go back and I'm going to change maybe the size of things here. Maybe I'll make all of this just a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go with large size on that. Maybe I'm going to say that I go to Menards, and I'm going to highlight that in a different text color. I'm going to make that red. I'm going to bold my grandson in Texas. Okay, exclamation point, because he's an awesome kid. All right, so I'm going to just play with some of these tools down here. Okay, so homework assignment is basically to do this. You're going to do fake kid, CC to T Brooks. Okay, again, your section, your first and last name, homework 2, and then in there I want a picture, I want a message to fake kid, and I want a list of 3 things about yourself, and change some text color, change the size. Oh, I didn't change the font. Here we'll go ahead and change all this font to something different. Let's go with Trebuchet. Okay, so I've changed it over to Trebuchet text in there. All right, so just kind of play around with those features, and that is your homework assignment for this week.